What comes to mind when you think of Australia? Is it the tropical beaches, the surfers? Is it the cute little koalas? For me, it's kind of, I think about the Outback Steakhouse commercial where the Australian guy's kind of like, welcome to Outback. But anyway, when thinking of Australia, I bet you wouldn't think fire would be associated with that country. The last few months of 2019 and up until recently, or currently, Australia has faced a lot of wildfires throughout the country. Many people have been driven out of their homes, and animals have lost their homes as well, and their environments and ecosystems during these fires, including the precious koalas that we associate Australia with. In recent wildfires, the country has been faced with many challenges and will struggle to build up their economy and ecosystems within the country. So every year, Australia goes through these dry periods or droughts, and these happen during their summer months, which is opposite of us, our season. So as we go through winter right now, they're going through summer. And so these conditions, according to CNN, make it really difficult it's kind of like compared to California. They're very dry. They don't have a lot of rain coming in, so it's really easy for fires to occur and to start up. And the last few years have been the hottest on record. This past December in Australia, the average temperature ranged above 106 degrees Fahrenheit. Bluefield can barely take 90 degrees. I couldn't imagine anywhere else being over 100 and over 100 on a daily basis. So climate change has made a drastic impact in these conditions. As we all know, climate change is a big issue that everyone's kind of dealing with all over the world, especially in Australia where they have a lot of tropical rainforests that's home to so many animals and plants. A hit like this with all the wildfires is taking a drastic effect on everything really. Winds especially have made this really difficult for people and firefighters to put out the fires because as they're trying to put them out, the winds are just blowing it over and just continuing to spread the fires. These conditions have basically changed the dynamic of Australia and what it's known for and what it is now. So, tragically, 1 billion animals have been killed, and there are still animals being killed. 24 people have been known to be dead, including some firefighters and volunteers who have tried to help put out the fires and rescue people and animals. Koalas especially, there's many species that are distinctive to Australia. Koalas, kangaroos, we associate them well with Australia, and they have drastically taken a hit. Camille Stevens-Ruman, an ecologist from Colorado State University, says, when we see an increase in frequency, sometimes the species are able to recover from the first fire. But if you suddenly take another one much sooner, historically a species doesn't have time to reach maturity and may not be able to reproduce. So we're not even talking about some animals dying, but it's okay, vegetation will come back, animals will repopulate. We're faced with these animals could possibly not reproduce, so it might lead to extinction. Awfully, but the animals have been affected a lot, but humans have too. Citizens of Australia have been driven out of their homes. They've had to pack up everything that they've had, put it in a car, and drive to wherever they can to seek safety. And as I previously showed, the fires are surrounding the country. So many people I've seen have just taken their cars and gone to the coast and to literally have parked their cars on the sand at the beach because there's nowhere else to go, because all the trees inland are on fire. The smoke, the health conditions from this is not good. The smoke from all these fires have not only polluted the air in Australia, but have also blown over to many other countries near Australia, and burns of people and firefighters. It's unbelievable the things they have to go through just to on a daily basis. People who have lost their homes or who have come back to their homes are often faced with pictures like this. It's kind of like a mold of what their communities once were. If you think about it, let's just pause for a minute to think about what would happen if you were in this situation. So you pack up your stuff, like in bags, drive away, try to seek safety. If you're lucky enough to come back, you're faced with this. So your home's destroyed, everything that's valuable to you is destroyed. You don't have a job because your job is burnt down. You don't know if you're going to get a paycheck. How are you going to pay your bills? How are you going to survive? Where are you going to go? It's very tragic and very unfortunate, and unfortunately, it's what a lot of people in Australia are being faced with right now. So now that we've kind of discussed all the things that the plants and animals have been affected by, you're probably wondering what people are doing to stop this or to do this. So volunteers from around the countries have partnered up with Australia, firefighters, animal rescue preserves. They've been trying to help fight these fires and help people in Australia the best that they can. In conclusion, climate change has been the key factor of natural disasters, and unfortunately Australia and other countries are being faced with wildfires like this that are destroying their homes and environments. But although Australia is struggling, they have the whole world to back them up and to help them.